Scroll down. Up. Okay, so same. We have an equation. We use the equation, fill in the table. Then we go to the axis. We see the biggest y is 13. Meaning, near my graph, the highest point I need to have 15. So that I can cover 13. Okay? Because 2 cm 5 units on the y-axis. So I know my y-axis, I want it to be in 5. 15, 10, 5, 0, negative 5, negative 10. Then I need to cover until negative 20. So that my negative 70 can fit in. Okay? Then after that, I plot my graph. When I want to find the solution to this is my original equation. I make them exactly the same. Then you can see that when this thing on the right equals to 0, that is when my y equals to 0. So they are actually asking you the solution when y equals to 0. So when y equals to 0, what is x? So that's why I go to my graph and I check where does my graph cross y equals to 0. Y equals to 0 is everywhere on my x-axis. So my graph cross the x-axis at this point, and this point. So I want to go to these 3 points and see what is their x. So I have my x equals to negative 2.2. I have my x equals to 0.5. I have my x equals to 1.8. And those are the solution. So I go to my question there and tell them from graph. Because I read from graph 1. From graph x is negative 2.2, 0.5 or 1.8. Okay, recorded back everything that I say just now already. Okay, next question. The largest value of x when y equals to negative 4. So we have to first go to the graph, go to y equals to negative 4. Okay, y equals to negative 4 is... I cannot turn. Y equals to negative 4 is here. This one. Every 2 small box is 1. Okay? So I go there, take my ruler at y equals to negative 4. I take my pencil. I take my pencil. Then I go and draw dotted line. Draw a dotted line. Okay? So this dotted line that I draw is y equals to negative 4. And then you can see that where they cut my graph are all the points that y equals to negative 4. Okay, so the y equals to negative 4 cuts my graph here 1 time, here 2 times, here 3 times. But they want the largest x. So the largest x is the one that is at the right. So they want this x. So if they want this x, I go to the intersection, then I go and read the x. Okay, and for me, mine is x equals to 2.1. The largest x when y equals to negative 4. Okay? Then again, when I come here, they say from graph or use your graph. So I say from graph. X is 2.1. Next, they want the value of y at turning point. where are your turning point? Okay, can you see that your graph? At first it go downward, then it go upward, then it go downward. So when it go downward, it must turn, ma. When it turn, then it will go upward, ma. So this is the turning point. And then when it turn downward, this is your turning point again. Okay? So depending on the graph that you draw, for mine the turning point is at y equals to -5 for this one. Then this one, my turning point was at y equals to 2. Yeah, 2. 1. Here my y is 1. So I have y equals to -5 and y equals to 1. The turning points. Here is from downward, turn upward. Here is from upward, turn downward. So I have 2 turning points. Can? In your other graph, this will always be called the turning point when they turn. So this one is always called a turning point. This one is always called a turning point because it turns from downward to upward or upward to downwards. Okay, then the values of y at the turning point, again, I will say from graph. Y equals to -5 or 1. 2 turning points. Okay, sorry, I think use n better. The English should use n. The values of y. So y is -5 and 1. The values of x. Also same. Can use n, can use all. Okay, last one. By drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the graph. Then where? Where do you draw the tangent? They tell you. Draw the tangent when x equals to -1.8. So I must go to x equals to -1.8. X equals to -1.8 is here. No. Wrong. Not here. X equals to 1.8 is -1.8 is here. So I go to x equals to -1.8. Then I go to my graph. I want to find the gradient at my graph. So I must go to my graph. I must go to my curve. So I want to find the gradient at this point. I want to find the gradient at this point. I want to find the gradient at this point. I need to put a ruler and draw a tangent at this point. Boleh? Okay. So, I must put my ruler at this point. Make sure it only touch one point, not too clockwise, not too anti-clockwise. Like that. Okay? Then I draw a line. Okay, my green line is the tangent. Can see my green line? My green line is my tangent. Then I have to go to my tangent and find 2 points where they cut nicely one. Then I go and find out what are the x and the y. Okay, I found 2 nice points. I use red, I use blue. This point quite nice. And also this point also quite nice. The blue dot. Okay, I have 0, -10. Then the other one is -2.50. Why I say nice? Because got 0. When I have 0, my calculation of my gradient is a bit easier. Change of y over change of x. 0 minus negative 10, negative 2.5 minus 0. So positive 10 divided by negative 2.4, negative 4. For me, the gradient at this point is negative 4. Okay? My gradient at this point is negative 4. Can or not? Can or not? Estimate the gradient. So again, okay, your working must put here lah. Just now I never put here. Gradient equals to change in y, change in x, 0 minus negative 10, negative 2.5 minus 0. Can try to draw your own tangent, then try to work out your gradient. Okay? Then the answering of graph, like that already lah. Okay? Next lesson we move on to practical graph. Distance time graph and speed time graph. Then we will be done with this chapter. So by this week we should be able to finish your 3B already. Then next week we can start with Sec 4 work. Okay? The most important graphs will be your distance time graph and your speed time graph. So if you can, go back, read up on this one. Then we tomorrow go through.